The lifestyle of Shohei Ohtani that left you, Darvish, speechless.
What I find truly incredible about Shohei is what happens behind the scenes. If you don't see that part, you're missing everything. Without it, you'll never get close to someone like Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani continues to dominate Major League Baseball as a two-way player, putting up unbelievable numbers. Fans around the world are captivated by his home runs and pitching performances. But what Darvish finds truly remarkable isn't what happens on the field. It's the part no one gets to see, his everyday life. In this video, we're taking a deep dive into the lifestyle of Shohei Ohtani, the kind that leaves even elite players in awe.
A life entirely devoted to baseball.
Ohtani's intense awareness when it comes to nutrition goes all the way back to his roots in high school. When he joined the baseball team at Hanamaki Higashi High School in Iwate, there was a grueling routine he had to follow every single day. It wasn't just eating, it was food training known as shoku tore. At Hanamaki Higashi, every player was required to eat 10 bowls of rice a day. But when Ohtani first enrolled, he was already 190 centimeters tall, yet weighed only 65 kilograms. 190 centimeters and just 65 kilograms. Can you imagine how thin that is? He had a build as slender as a bamboo stick. There was no way that kind of physique could compete at the professional level. Knowing he needed to build his body, Ohtani took this requirement seriously. The specific goal was 3 bowls of rice in the morning and 7 at night. On top of that, he kept eating rice balls even during breaks in practice. He continued this intense food training for 3 straight years. As a result, he gained over 20 kilograms, building the solid foundation for the extraordinary physique he has today. Later, Ohtani himself admitted that this food training was the toughest part. It pushed him to the limit both physically and mentally. Just imagine it, starting every morning by eating 3 large bowls of rice, stuffing down rice balls in between brutal practices, and then with a completely exhausted body, forcing down 7 more bowls at night. And doing that every single day for 3 years without missing a single day. For many players, this requirement became overwhelming, and mealtime itself turned into something they dreaded. However, Ohtani has revealed that this high school food training taught him something incredibly important. As he trained, ate, and gradually saw his body grow, he began to find joy in building himself. Ohtani put it this way: when you train, eat, and start seeing your body change, you begin to enjoy the process of building it. What started out as pure suffering eventually turned into something he could take pride in. As he learned to enjoy the transformation of his own body, as his weight increased, muscle built up, his hitting distance improved, and his pitching velocity climbed. Each of these changes sparked something inside Ohtani. He realized that food wasn't just an obligation, it was a weapon to make himself stronger. In his first year, he was simply desperate to eat. By his second year, he started to feel his body changing. And by his third year, he was eating on his own initiative. This shift in mindset is exactly what made Ohtani a truly special player. Ohtani originally wasn't a big eater, but through this experience, he became much more proactive about his approach to food. He started to find it fascinating how combining training and nutrition could dramatically change results. It's not just about eating more. What you eat, how much you eat, and when you eat it. Those factors completely change how your body develops. This realization became the foundation of Ohtani's highly scientific approach to nutrition later in his career. A slender 65-kilogram teenager transformed into a powerful athlete weighing over 85 kilograms. Because of this foundation, His further evolution after turning pro became possible. After going pro, Ohtani joined the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and spent 5 years living in the team dorms before moving to the major leagues. His diet was strictly managed by the organization, and it's said that he rarely ate out. This is where you really see Ohtani's unwavering philosophy as a professional athlete. When senior teammates invited him out for meals, Ohtani would always ask one question first: "Are you going to drink?" If they answered yes, he would decline the invitation. He had already decided that alcohol wasn't necessary if he wanted to become an elite athlete. And this mindset hasn't changed even after moving to the major leagues. Except for special occasions, he limits himself to just a single toast. You can also catch a glimpse of his meticulous time management through stories about his diet. After playing in the 2015 NPB All-Star Game, Ohtani appeared live on a TV program later that day. As a gesture of appreciation, the show's staff offered to make a restaurant reservation for a meal. But Ohtani's response completely caught them off guard. "Let's just go to the cafeteria. It's a waste of time." That was his answer. The staff were stunned. He turned down a high-end restaurant arranged by the TV station and chose the employee cafeteria instead. But Ohtani's expression was completely serious. There are even eyewitness accounts saying he happily sat among the staff, eating a simple beef bowl. Why would he pass on a luxury dining experience and choose a cafeteria instead? He knew that going to a restaurant would mean extra time, travel, ordering, waiting for the food. And that would take away from his ability to rest his body. To him, his body and his time are the most valuable assets he has. More than great food or a fancy dining experience, what matters most is maximizing his performance for the next day. This clear sense of priority is what makes Ohtani truly special. After entering the professional world, Ohtani shifted his focus from simply increasing food quantity, as he did in high school, to pursue more advanced nutrition. Following his debut, he signed an advisory contract with Meiji Holdings' sports nutrition brand, Savas. Up until then, he mainly relied on protein, but with professional guidance, he began actively incorporating a wider range of supplements into his routine. Ohtani spoke about this partnership himself. "To perform at my best over a long season, I decided to enter into this advisory agreement." He began seeking professional guidance on nutrition from Megumi Omai, a certified nutritionist at Meiji Holdings. And in 2016, Ohtani had a breakout season, recording 10 wins as a pitcher and 22 home runs as a hitter, playing a major role in leading his team to a championship. Behind this success was a secret strategy he committed to during the off-season. To sustain the demands of being a two-way player throughout the entire season, Ohtani introduced a two-phase approach to his nutrition, a bulking phase and a cutting phase. By clearly separating the nutrients he consumed and strategically increasing and reducing carbohydrates, he was able to take his physical development to an even higher level. During his bulking phase, he pushed his weight up to around 101 kilograms, his personal highest at the time. Then, in late January, just before spring camp, he entered his cutting phase. This was the period where Ohtani's almost unbelievable level of discipline truly showed. He completely cut out carbohydrates and followed a strict diet centered on salads and meat. Ohtani has explained the scientific reasoning behind this two-phase approach to nutrition. During the bulking phase, he consumes a high amount of carbohydrates along with protein. Without this, cutting carbs in the next phase wouldn't be as effective. He doesn't just eat, he carefully chooses what to eat. with the goal of maximizing how his training results are reflected in his body. Ohtani's level of discipline during his cutting phase is nothing short of astonishing. For example, even when he went to a sushi restaurant, he would skip the rice entirely, eating only the sashimi. People around him were left speechless by the sight. At a sushi restaurant, not eating sushi, just sashimi. How many people can really take it that far? He has clearly stated that he doesn't have strong cravings when it comes to food. I don't feel the need to eat something delicious. If it means compromising what I really want to do, baseball. He also dislikes wasting time, even when it comes to meals. Those words capture everything about who Ohtani is. Every action he takes is ultimately connected to maximizing his performance on the field. Most people find joy in eating delicious food. That's a natural human desire. But Ohtani is different. For him, delivering the best possible performance in baseball comes first. Everything else is secondary. Interestingly, Ohtani used to be known for having a sweet tooth. There was even a time when it became his routine to stop by a convenience store after games to buy his favorite crepes. But sweets, high in sugar, aren't exactly ideal for the body. So, with his eyes set on taking on Major League Baseball, he made a decision to deepen his knowledge of nutrition. He started studying cooking. Up until then, he had relied on nutritionists and chefs to manage his diet. But in order to compete in a foreign country, he decided to learn how to manage it himself. With his natural curiosity, Ohtani became deeply interested in the components of the food he consumed. It's said that he would even ask his nutritionist detailed questions, like how much caffeine was in a piece of chocolate he had been given. Ohtani's daily calorie intake is an astonishing 3,500 to 4,500 kilocalories. Even in the United States, Ohtani refused to be influenced by those around him and stayed true to his own routine. When he visited a famous and popular burger spot in America, he showed an unbelievable level of discipline. He skipped the bun entirely and instead wrapped the meat in lettuce before eating it. This was his strict commitment to avoiding unnecessary carbohydrates. In other words, cutting out excess sugar. Ohtani also avoids using seasonings as much as possible, sticking to a clean diet that brings out the natural flavors of ingredients. Eating fruits and simply boiling vegetables, for example. It's hard not to wonder if anyone could really live that strictly. But during the World Baseball Classic, one story after another surfaced from his teammates, revealing just how extraordinary his eating habits truly are. One of the most shocking examples is the infamous boiled egg incident. Pitcher Hiroto Takahashi of the Chunichi Dragons revealed that Ohtani was eating 3 boiled eggs at every meal. On top of that, pitcher Hiromi Ito of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters said that Ohtani would even eat 4 boiled eggs as a snack. And pitcher Yuki Utagawa of the Oryx Buffaloes admitted he couldn't hide his shock when he saw what Ohtani was eating before a game. Before a game, he would eat a large serving of rice, 5 boiled eggs, broccoli, and salad. I honestly wondered what he was even aiming for, one player said. You can understand why other players were completely taken aback. A big bowl of rice, 5 boiled eggs, and just broccoli and salad. At that point, no one could even tell what was supposed to be the main dish and what was the side. But there was one person who saw this scene and nodded in complete understanding. That person was Yu Darvish. During the World Baseball Classic, Darvish was carefully documenting Ohtani's meals in detail. The reason? He was the only Japanese player who could truly have in-depth conversations with Ohtani about training and nutrition. While the other players looked at Ohtani's meals and were shocked, calling them unbelievable and extreme, Darvish alone fully understood the purpose behind it. For Ohtani, sleep is just as important, if not more, than diet. During his time with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, he even carried his own mattress on road trips to maintain the quality of his sleep. While most players may do with hotel beds, Ohtani brought his own. Even if it meant more luggage or more hassle during travel, he refused to compromise on sleep. Those around him couldn't hide their amazement at that level of commitment. He carefully plans his sleep schedule days in advance, counting backward from his pitching day, deciding exactly when and how many hours he needs to sleep. At times, he even gets more than 10 hours of sleep. In the major leagues, it's common for players to take naps, and dedicated spaces are provided for that. Ohtani has shared that on days when he's not practicing and is instead adjusting before a game. He sometimes takes naps of around 2 hours. After a game in the previous World Baseball Classic, Lars Nootbaar invited Ohtani out for a meal. But Ohtani's reply was, "I'm sleeping right now." A completely baffling message. It quickly became a talking point. He had actually turned down the invitation in favor of sleep. For Ohtani, when it comes to sleep, quantity comes first, quality comes second. On Sundays, he sleeps more than 10 hours, and he's emphasized that how much he sleeps matters most. He's even said that he's basically always sleeping, reaffirming just how important sleep is to him. In one interview, when asked, "If you could add one more hour to your day, what would it be?" he didn't hesitate. Sleep, of course. Just adding one more hour there improves the quality of the time I'm awake, so I think that's really important. Ohtani has also signed a sleep conditions support contract with Nishikawa Company Limited. And during the off-season, he undergoes sleep measurements and uses a custom-fitted mattress tailored specifically to him. That's how seriously he values sleep. Shohei Ohtani continues to achieve superhuman, once-in-a-generation feats as a two-way player year after year. And by now, you can probably see why. His greatness is built on the foundation of relentless, almost abnormal, discipline in managing his diet and sleep every single day, viewing his body as his most important asset, eliminating all wasted time and desire, and relentlessly optimizing his diet and sleep to maximize the results of his training. This is the self-discipline that Darvish pointed to when he spoke about what truly makes Ohtani incredible. Every meal, every hour of sleep, he refuses to compromise. His approach is like a finely tuned F1 engine, keeping his body, his ultimate asset, constantly in peak condition. Let's continue to cheer on Ohtani as he keeps evolving and breaking new ground. So, what do you think? Shohei Ohtani continues to post extraordinary numbers as a two-way player in Major League Baseball. What supports these incredible achievements is his almost unbelievable level of self-discipline, something we rarely get to see. From the grueling food training in high school to his relentless discipline as a pro, the infamous boiled egg stories revealed during the WBC, and his extraordinary obsession with sleep. Behind the dazzling plays we see on the field lies unimaginable effort and sacrifice.